Namaste and welcome here on the mat for this Happy Hips yoga flow. My name is Sara Lyn and I'm super happy to have you here on the mat with me today. Please do not forget to support me by leaving your thumb up and subscribing the channel so that we can flow more often together. For this one, we will need possibly a yoga block. So if you have one, it would be actually quite useful. But it's not necessary. So if you do not have one, don't freak out. We'll be all right without any props as well. Let's start lying down for now. So if you have the yoga block available, just place it on top of your mat. And then let's start with our first passive hip opening. Bringing the soles of the feet together for our supine butterfly pose. So dropping the knees towards the sides of the mat, and if you already feel that this is a lot of impact for your lower back, then you could use your hands to support your thighs in this wide hip opening. Just shifting your hands underneath your legs, maybe even creating two fists, so to elevate them a bit more. Or if you actually want to go deeper into that opening, you could also place your palms on top of your thighs. Third and last option would be placing your hands onto your lower belly, which is a beautiful way to just be a bit more conscious about your breath. And what we basically want, especially within this flow, where it's all about the hips and the deep muscles connecting our legs, so the lower body parts with our spine, and that can be quite intense. We really want to focus on big and deep belly breathing, all right? So to just make sure that the system stays relaxed, even if we're going a bit deeper into the poses. So wherever you place your hands right now, close your eyes, shoulders away from the ears, slightly bring your chin in, keep the sides of your necks relaxed, and then begin to deepen your breath. Big inhale all the way down to belly. Big exhale, maybe sighing it all out through the mouth. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing your facial muscles and your shoulders down into the mat. Two more breaths like this. Big inhale all the way down to belly. Feel how your belly begins to rise. And exhale, let go of any tension sitting down there, sitting in your groins, your inner thighs, your outer hips. One last big breath like this. Big inhale down to belly. And exhale, maybe again sighing it out through the mouth. Beautiful. Then bring your hands onto your outer thighs, you have them on your belly. And then with the support of your hands, slowly begin to bring your knees together, very, very slowly. Until your thighs are touching, back to center. And then open up your feet, at least hip width apart, maybe even a bit wider. And let your knees fall into each other so that you can really sense your lower spine in the mat. Feel that connection. Take a last big belly breath in here and out. Feel the length of your lower spine. And then open up your knees. Bring your feet closer towards your hips. So there should be 1 hand length distance between your hips and your heels. Make sure that your knees are pointing straightly up towards the ceiling. Your feet should be parallel to the long sides of your mat. So we're going now to activate the hip muscles, the glutes as well. So as you inhale, I want you to push into the feet and lift your hips into a first little bridge. Doesn't have to be that high for now, but begin to engage through the glutes and the back sides of your legs. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself back down. Inhale once again. Lift your hips up high, maybe a bit higher this time. And exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself back down. 2 more times like this. Make sure your knees stay in the same position. Lift your hips up higher. Begin to squeeze your glutes in the back. And then exhale, ripple yourself all the way back down again. Shoulders away from the ears. 1 more time like this. Lift your hips up high, and this time let's meet here in this little shoulder bridge. Keep focusing on your hips. Lift them even higher if you can. Glutes engaged. And then if you can, lift your arms all the way overhead. Keep your neck nice and long and roll onto your tippy toe. So lift your heels, come even higher with your hips. Big inhale here. And then exhale to slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll yourself back down again. Beautiful. Grab both of your knees, pull them close towards your chest, and then open up your legs a couple of times. Inhale, open, exhale, circle them back to center. Moving through the hip joints. As you keep breathing, stay connected to the breath. Reverse the circles, opposite direction. And then pull your knees close. Very nice. Chin into chest. Let's meet in a seated position. And now you can make use of the block actually. If you do not have one, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, you could also grab something else, maybe a folded blanket or a small cushion, so that you can squeeze something in between your feet. Bringing your heels as close as you can. Grab the outer edges of your feet, and as you keep squeezing that block or whatever it is right now in between your feet, pulse your knees up and down a couple of times, and then just drop them. Now, move with the breath. Inhale to lift the chest and the crown of your head. So really elongate through the whole spine. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly round your back and lean a bit more towards your hips. 2 more times. Inhale, posture up, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the back. Nice. 1 more time like this. Feel the connection of your spine towards the opening of your hip. Exhale to round the back. All right, let's meet back up in center and then release the block. Bring your feet closer now. Bring them all the way in if you can. And then once again, big inhale to reach for the crown of your head, posture up, and exhale, round the back once again. 2 more times. Feel the difference now. Inhale to open. And exhale to sink deeper in between your hips. So much space now. 1 more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Then find your way back to center. And now stretch out through the right leg. Bring your left heel closer towards your groin. Keep that knee in the side relaxed. Keep the toes of the right foot pointing up towards the ceiling. So that foot should be active, yeah? So that you really feel the uplifting of your pelvis. Now walk your right hand towards that foot and stretch out through the left body side. Feel that length, the connection of your lower back towards your hip. And then circle that upper wrist joint a couple of times. Relax your head and your neck. Circle towards the opposite direction. And then stretch it all out. Big inhale here. Nice. Exhale, swing that hand all the way back. And now push into that palm and lift your hips towards the front. Baby wild thing. Inhale here. Exhale, release the head and the neck and the back. Beautiful. And then slowly gaze back down and find your way back into the mat. Now, you're going to grab that long leg and bring it all the way in so that you can hug it with both of your arms. We're going to play a bit with the range of movement in your hip. So keep that foot active and then just shift that right leg from side to side. Try to posture up just like before. And then find stillness. Sense the length of your lower back. Grab the outer edge of that foot in front. And again, just like before, place the left hand next to you. Now what I want you to do is to pull that foot in front of you a bit more towards the back. So again, try to reach that outer edge, that sweet spot of the range of movement in your hip joint. And once you get there, begin to stretch out through the leg. Lift your chest, elongate through the spine once again. Big inhale, and then exhale again. Pull the outer edge of your feet back, and then try to bring it a bit more in. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch it all out. Lift the chest. Exhale, pull it back, and bring the foot closer towards your ear, like a phone in your hand. 1 more time. Emergency call. Hip is open now. Big inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now stretch it all out. Bring it all the way back. Beautiful. And then once again, shift your left hand to the side. Let your right hand follow this time. And then turn towards that bended knee. Tuck your back toes so the same leg is still long, right? And now push it back towards that right heel. And just where you are, do not change anything in that front leg. Just feel the length of your of your back groin. Find your way into a little pigeon pose. So relax both of your feet. Roll onto your fingertips. Lift the crown of your head. And as you keep pushing into your fingertips, lift and feel the length in your right groin. Big inhale here. Beautiful. And then exhale, slowly roll back onto your left hip and back to center. Let's change sides from here. So stretch out to the left leg this time. Bring the right foot in. Toes active. And as you ground down through both of your butt cheeks, stay connected. Lift the right arm to the top this time. Feel the connection of outer hip and lower back here. Keep breathing and circle that upper wrist joint a couple of times. Just preparing. Nice. And then one more big breath in here. Lift your toes. Exhale, swing that hand towards the back. And then shift your hips towards the front into a baby wild thing pose. Drop the head on the back. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly find your way back down into the mat. Nice. So the long leg will come close this time. Again on the left. Keep hold of it with both of your arms. And then swing it very gently from side to side. Like a baby holding in your arms. Be gentle to your hip. In yoga we say we have our emotions stored in our hips, so take care of that. Good. Then drop all that drama, find your way back to center and grab the outer edge of that foot. Place your right hand next to you once again. Pull the outer edge of that foot next to you and from there begin to stretch out through the leg once again. Lift your chest, sternum up, big inhale. Exhale, pull it back, and then maybe bring your foot closer towards your ear. How's this? 2 more times. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, big inhale, keep breathing. And exhale, it can only get better. Good, then stretch it all out. Bring that long leg all the way down. Find your way onto your toes and face the top of your mat. Do not change anything in that front leg, but really feel the length in your back hip now. Shift it back. Now, drop the back of your foot down. Come onto your fingertips, lift the crown of your head. Lift, take another big inhale here. And exhale, nice. Bring your palms down and then find your way from here into a tabletop position. Beautiful. Sit back into a child's pose for a moment. Open up your knees, mat width apart, stretch out through the arms. Again, feel the connection between your hips and your lower back. There's so much more space now already. So really elongate through the whole spine and stay conscious with the breath. One more big breath in. Relax your belly in between your thighs. Exhale. Good. All right, from here, let's meet back up in a tabletop position. Tuck your back toes, and with that length you just created, find your way into a first downward facing dog. See how that feels now. Move the dog as you bend one leg at a time. Very, very slowly walk the dog. And also that should make a difference now in the back sides of your legs, your hamstrings, everything connected. Beautiful. Okay, let's stay here. One big breath. Find stillness. Keep your head very heavy. Big inhale through the nose. Sigh it all out through the mouth. Good. And then bring your knees down. Let's meet in tabletop position. Grab your block if you have one. So this is really, really useful. I'm going to drop you some details on that in the subscription to widen the space in which you can really expand the range of movement. So place that block underneath your right knee if you have it. Otherwise, just do it without the block, okay? Keep your shoulders on top of your wrists. And then begin to circle that left leg. Open it up to the side as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring it in. Again, inhale to open, shoulders aligned on top of the wrists. Exhale, bring it back down. Good. Let's reverse the movement towards the opposite direction. And then stretch out through the leg in the back. Flex those toes in the back. Keep that leg nice and long, nice and active. And now I really want you to move from your hip. Open up your toes towards the side and then bring them in. So really feel that little movement coming from your hip to the side and back in. Just one more time. Open to the side and bring it back in. Nice. So next, point the toes in the back. Last one on this side. And now bring that left knee as close as you can towards that left elbow. Stretch that leg to the back and a little more towards the right side. Point the toes. Two more times. Pull the knee as close as you can towards the elbow. And from here, slowly push it back towards the right. Point the toes. One more time. Knee towards the elbow, maybe even the upper arm. You can feel that crunch along your side ab as well. And then push it back towards the right. Very nice. All right, now next, bring the knee close and step that foot to the outside of your left hand. So we have a wider range of movement now. Lift the back knee away from the block or the mat and stretch that back leg out once again for your lizard pose. Feel the back leg active. Lift the chest. Big inhale here. Knees should be sitting on top of your ankles still. Exhale. Now listen, push into both of your palms and now lift the left leg all the way up towards the sky into a three-legged dog. Keep that knee up there, very sharp, and open up that hip without opening up your shoulders. This is all about the hips, right? So create that big happy smile in between your hips. One more big breath in. Nice. Exhale, knee towards the chest, step that foot in between your hands into a lunge. Beautiful. Okay, if you have the block, you can now bring it underneath your right hand. Otherwise, just bring your right hand down. We're going to open up to the left side, rotate the upper body up, twisted lunge, inhale. Exhale, hand to the opposite shoulder. 2 more times. Big inhale to open into a twist. Exhale towards the right shoulder. Very nice. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Next time, lift that left arm towards the top. Now listen. Circle that upper arm back. Keep that back leg active. Gaze to the front and circle yourself up into a high lunge. Let's bring some strength into the legs. Lift the fingers. Inhale. Feel the length of your upper body. And as you exhale, open it up towards the other side into a warrior two. So square the back foot now. Just to adjust yourself, let's stretch out through the front leg. Bring your palms together on top. Big inhale here. Feel the length. And as you exhale with that length, come back into your warrior two. Your front knee should be sitting on top of your front ankle. Okay, so keep that connection to your hip. Now, upper body moves to the front and then lean yourself back into reverse. Nothing has changed in your legs for now. Big inhale. Nice. Exhale. Circle your arms all the way back. And then you can place that left hand onto your block or onto the mat and open up your right arm towards the sky into a side angle pose. So this should be a deep hip opening. Use that upper arm down there to slightly push that front knee towards the back as you were standing on the wall. Lean your shoulder blades against an invisible wall behind you. One more big breath in here. Beautiful. Exhale, circle that upper arm back. Come onto your back toes. Okay, last round on this side, yeah? Step that foot in front of you, again, towards the left side. Push into both of your palms. We've been here before. Three-legged dog. Open up your hip. Knee very sharp. Big inhale. Now, exhale, bring that upper knee all the way to the left elbow once again, just like before, remember? From here to the right elbow. And now I want you to sweep that leg towards the opposite side and squeeze your hips together. So your inner thighs are kissing each other. Good. Once you got that, slowly begin to shift on the inside of that back foot. And then lift your right arm to the top into a fallen triangle. Lift your hip even higher if you can. Big inhale, big smile in your hips. You know. Exhale, gaze back down. Okay, bring the hand back down, just like before. Come onto your back toes. And now shift that front knee towards the left side of your mat. And this time, create a wider range of movement for your pigeon pose. Flex that front foot. Again, push into your fingertips. Lift that back thigh just for a moment. Sense the length in your back groin once again. Inhale. And then exhale to relax the back foot down and stretch out through the arms in front if you can. Bring the forehead down as well. 5 beautiful big breaths here. Again, remind yourself onto those big belly breaths, which will help you to relax a bit more into the pose. Again, this is all about widening your comfort zone, especially when it comes to sensitive parts like the hips. home of your emotions, so whatever comes up right now, drop the drama and find your way back to breath. This is the actual practice behind yoga, really staying present with life, with the flow, through the breath. One more big breath in. All the way down to belly, breathe it all out. Beautiful. Now walk your hands back, lift the forehead, tuck your back toes, and there you go, downward facing dog. What a feeling. Big inhale. And exhale. Nice. Okay, before we go to repeat on the other side, let's do one flow. Chin into chest, roll your way into a plank. Shoulders on top of the wrists. Now, find your way onto belly, knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga down. Shoulders slightly more towards the fingertips. We're going to meet on our belly, okay? Bring your feet flat into the mat. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. Small cobra up first. Big inhale. And exhale back down. Again, small cobra up. Big inhale. And exhale back down. Next, let's meet in a cobra. Feel your upper back muscles working. And then push into your palms. Begin to stretch out through the arms. And as you keep pushing into the back of your feet, lift your thighs away from the mat. Keep your core engaged for upward facing dog. Feel the length along your groins once again. Big inhale. Now exhale, push into your palms and step it back into a downward facing dog. One more big breath in. Sigh it all out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's meet back in a tabletop position. Place the block underneath your left knee now if you have a block available. Otherwise, make sure you get one for the future. It's so useful. Okay, shoulders on top of the wrists. We're going to move through the right hip now. So keep circling. Inhale through the side. Exhale back down. And then towards the opposite direction. Nice. And then stretch that leg to the back. Flex the foot. Shoulders on top of the wrists. Very small but conscious movement coming from your hip. Open up your toes towards the side. And then bring them in. 2 more times. Feel that in your glute working, your outer hip, your inner hip. What's going on there? Good. And then point the toes in the back and bend the knee close to your right elbow, maybe even upper arm. And then stretch that leg back a bit more towards the left side of your mat. Point the toes. Keep it nice and active. To the right. And back to the left. One more time, to the right, pull it close, and to the left. Beautiful. Now, find your way back to the top. Step that foot to the outside of your right hand. For lizard pose, back toes tucked, lift the knee away from the block or the mat. Keep that back leg active. Lift your chest, big inhale. And as you exhale, push into your palms. And now lift that front foot up into a 3-legged dog. Open up that hip even wider. Big inhale here. Sharp knee on top. Beautiful. Exhale. Bring that leg all the way to the front. And step that foot in between your hands for a lunge. Now, bring that block underneath your left hand or just place the hand onto your mat. Lift your right arm to the top for twisted lunge. Inhale, rotate through the upper body only. Exhale through the opposite side. 2 more times, opening up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, inhale, we're gonna meet here this time. Circle that upper arm towards the back, gaze to the front and posture up into a high lunge. Lift through the sides of your body. Find the alignment of your front leg, knee on top of that ankle. And then open up whenever you're ready, through the hip into a warrior two stance. So make sure that your back foot is parallel to the short end of your mat. Just one more time, stretch it out through the front leg, bring your palms together on top, big inhale. Sense the length as you exhale, bring it back to warrior two position. Push that front knee towards the back. Again, imagine that invisible wall behind you. Lift it to the front and then all the way to the back, reverse the warrior. Inhale to open up the right body side. Exhale, circle your arms down. Place the right hand onto your block, which is very useful to find the alignment of your shoulders sitting on top of each other. If you do not have a block, just bring the hand onto the mat. Look up if you can, big inhale. Push that front knee slightly more against that invisible wall behind you. And then gaze back down, circle the arm with you. Find your way onto your back toes. And then from here, lift it back up into a three-legged dog. Okay, last round here. Open up that hip. Big inhale. And then just like before, exhale to bring that upper knee towards the right elbow. From here towards the left elbow. And now bring that leg through. Squeeze your hips together. Right hand sits underneath your shoulder. And once you get that, open up into a fallen triangle. Shoulder on top of the shoulder. Big inhale here. Nice. Slowly gaze back down. Hand back down. Back onto your back toes. And now bring the knee close towards that right side of your mat and into a pigeon pose. Widen that range of movement. Keep both of your feet active for a moment. Push into your fingertips. Lift the back thigh off the ground. Big inhale. And then exhale, slowly, slowly find your way into that beautiful stretch. Stretch your arms to the top, release the back foot, but keep the front foot active for now. Big belly breaths, water release. Sense the length of your spine, inhale. Exhale, sink deeper into the mat, into the ground. Disconnect the teeth in the corners of your mouth again. Last big breath here. Good. And then slowly, slowly find your way back onto your hands. Push yourself up. Tuck your back toes, and one more time, let's step it back into downward facing dog. Enjoy that moment of release along the back sides of your legs. Shake of your head. Take a big breath in and out. And then let's meet back on belly. So roll yourself through a plank. Shoulders slightly towards the fingers, more to the front. Knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga down on the mat. Okay, this time we're going to start with a locust pose. So point the feet in the back of your mat. And I want you to place your fingertips next to your legs. Like a Spider-Man grip, really push into your fingertips. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. And then lift your left leg. At the same time, lift the forehead away from the mat. Feel the length and bring it back down. Let's do that on the other side. So right leg up, forehead back up. Inhale here. And exhale, bring it back down. Okay, next time, of course, we're going to lift everything up at the same time. So long legs, long spine, lift your chest. Shoulders away from the ears, big inhale, keep your toes pointed in the back. And then exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. Relax your jaw. And now, for our variation of bow pose today, hip opening towards the front hip. We're going to bend both of our knees, so see if that's all right for your knees. Otherwise, just do the locust pose again. Grab on top of your ankles. And just like in the beginning in our bridging, remember, keep your knees where they are. They should not spread out to the sides. Okay, keep both of your feet pointed for this one. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. And then lift your thighs away from the mat. At the same time, lift your heart, big inhale. Focus a bit more on lifting your thighs away from the mat, okay? Big inhale. The rest will follow. Exhale. Again, big inhale. Exhale, beautiful. Keep pushing into your palms. One more big breath in. And exhale, find your way back down. Nice. All right, let's find our way into a child's pose. Directly counter that opening, so bring your thighs together, feet together in the back. And then drop your shoulders on top of your knees, bring the forehead down and just relax you for a moment. There was a lot of impact for your lower spine as well. But the more you practice hip opening, I promise it will be so good for your lower back as well. Do not forget to do some core work on top of that. Some Pilates stuff here on the channel as well. Just taking care of your lower back. Strength and mobility, bring it all together. But for now, just focus on the breath. Sense how the back ribs are widening through the inhalation and how you can let go of any tension sitting on top of your shoulders, in between your hips as you exhale. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, ripple yourself up. Maybe use your hands as a support to find your way back into seated. Roll your shoulders away from the ears a couple of times. And then before we're gonna finish, we're gonna find our way into seated once again. So just bring your legs in front of you. And then stretch out through the legs so that you can feel the difference now that you widen your hips. How deep you can go into your forward fold actually. So just wiggle yourself in between your seating bones. Bring your front toes up. Lift your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Sense the length of your spine. Once again, big inhale. Exhale, lean towards the front. Let's pause here for a moment. Freeze, but keep breathing. Inhale, shift it to the front. All the way coming from your hips, all right? And as you exhale, drop the upper body down. Maybe grabbing the outer edges of your feet. You do not have to though, otherwise just drop your arms next to your body, which is absolutely fine. Okay, yoga has nothing to do with grabbing your feet or anything. No? But if it helps you to come into a deeper stretch, that's absolutely fine. For now, just breathe back into the present moment. Big inhale. Relax the belly, exhale. Drop the head down wherever you are. Perfectly fine. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, roll yourself back up into seated. Place your feet in front. And then roll yourself all the way down into the mat. Nice. Okay, let's finish with our last little hip opening before we're gonna end up in Savasana for now, just grab your knees and circle your lower spine into the mat, giving yourself a little nice massage, circling to the opposite direction. Make sure that your neck stays nice and long. And then grab the outer edges of your feet. Open up your hips even wider, just like in the beginning, remember? Keep the soles of your feet together. And then just shift your knees from left to right a couple of times. And really feel that connection of your lower spine into the mat. Good. And once you got that length from here, let's come into our final hip opening happy baby pose. So open up your knees. Open the soles of your feet. Take another big breath in here. And out. One more big breath in, all the way down to belly. And as you exhale, drop your legs in front of you. Find your way into your final resting pose, Savasana. Relaxing your legs to the front. Relaxing your hips to the sides. Keep your palms open. Find your way back to natural breathing. Belly soft. Jawline soft, facial muscles soft. Enjoy that moment of release and relaxation. Everything your body just experienced can now cultivate it into your system. All right, of course you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, slowly begin to deepen your breaths all the way back down to belly. Feel the weight of your pelvis. And then begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Awaken that body once again, and then stretch out through the arms. Maybe yawn, maybe sigh it all out. Big release. And then roll onto your side body. Keep your eyes closed. And in your very own pace, find your way into seated. And I suggest it's a cross-legged seat. Now your hips should be very wide and your spine nice and long. So lift the crown of your head. And then even lift your arms. Next inhale. Bring your palms together on top. Lift the corners of your mouth. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. Bow down with a smile on your face and hopefully a smile in between your hips as well. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. I hope you feel all right. And you may want to leave me a comment on that. And leave your thumb up. Subscribe the channel so we can flow very soon here together on the mat. Thank you. Namaste.